All right. I wanted to jump on today and do a fun little activity. Well, I don't know if it's an activity, but I'm going to do a 20 questions. I'm actually going to answer them for you. I have them written down. I found them on the internet. Um, but if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, go ahead and ask. I'll be reading the comments throughout the video so you guys can submit your questions and I'll answer them as well, okay? All right. Think it's all shared up. All right. Hi again. It's me, Elizabeth. Just getting on for some 20 questions. Okay, my first question was actually the question that's most hated for females for some reason. I don't know. It's my age. I am actually 32, which I get mistaken for being a lot younger than that. So I'm kind of proud of that, but I'm actually 32. Next week, I will be turning 33. So it's a birthday, so it's nothing to be mad about or sad about. It's a birthday, so we're alive for it and just gonna celebrate it. My second question is, what is my favorite color? So my favorite color is blue. Any shade of blue. Doesn't matter what shade. I prefer maybe the darker ones, but there are times where I like the lighter blues as well. So either way, a blue is my favorite. Do I have any children? Yes, I have 3 children. I have 2 boys and a girl. I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Thank you, Michelle. So they keep me quite busy. Quite busy. Hi, Vimal. My next question is, what kind of animals do I have? I actually have the traditional animal. I have a dog. I have a little beagle. But we also have, my children want to have a farm. So we also have 4 baby goats and 8 chickens. So, well, they're not quite chickens yet. They're still chicks. They haven't got all their feathers yet, but they're growing quite fast. And then, what is my favorite song or singer? So, I don't really have a favorite song, but I would have to say that my favorite singer would be Garth Brooks. I actually, for my birthday a couple years back, I paid to go see him down in Kentucky, which was probably the best concert I've ever been to. Hands down, the best concert I've ever been to. If you ever get a chance to go, he's an awesome, for the age that he is, it is an awesome concert. Yes, we have goats. Actually, they're bottle-fed goats, so we're in the process of weaning them off of their bottles. So, which is a task in itself, let me tell you. It's a task in itself. My favorite type of music. I don't really have, I'm very eclectic. So I like pretty much all music except for classical. My music has to have words to it. And like the hard rock, like I don't get much of the screaming. I don't understand it, to be honest. I don't understand what they're saying most of the time. And then my favorite kind of food. I love food. But I'd have to say my favorite kind would have to be pizza. I can eat just about any kind of pizza as long as it doesn't have weird stuff on it. Like, I don't eat sardines. Or if it has vegetables on it, I pick those off. I'll try to do that one day on live. I'll take you guys out there when we go to feed so you can see how crazy the goats are. They're quite young, so they're very rambunctious and curious. So they're into everything, and they try to eat everything. So like they'll like eat my shirt, not really eat it, but they'll try to eat it. They'll like nibble on it. So they're fun. Let me tell you. Yes, no, well, olives, I actually like olives. The vegetables I don't like are the green peppers and the onions. I don't like the crunch. It's a texture thing for me. They are, I don't know. I just don't like the way it feels in my mouth. I'm weird like that. But I like the flavor it gives the pizza. I just don't like to eat it after it's cooked. So I pick them off. My favorite holiday. So, I grew up with a lot of scary movies. So my favorite holiday is actually Halloween because that is the funnest time of the year for scaring people or people scaring you. Like there's people just haunted houses, haunted trails, haunted hay wagons. It's awesome. Halloween, I love it. But I can only handle so much fear. I don't really want to like have a heart attack or something. But I love Halloween and the dressing up and the fear. I just love it. I love it. One of my most irrational fears is spiders. Hands down, spiders. Like, I can't even enter a room after a spider has been in it, even though I know that I have killed the spider. It will take me a day or two to get over the fact that I know that there was a spider in there, so there's going to be more to come to get me because I killed that spider. So, I know it's irrational, and I know that they're not that kind of creature, but it's a true fear on my end. Like, it's a true fear. And my favorite smell. So, my favorite smell is actually, I have two of them, is actually fresh cut grass and fresh cut wood. So, like the wood chippings, sawdust, that's what it's called. Sawdust. Oh, I don't know why, but those are my favorite smells. And it has to do with work because you have to be mowing your grass to make it smell good or doing some kind of housework, home improvements to be able to get to smell the wood. So I don't know why they're my favorites, but I love them. Maybe it brings me back to my childhood. I don't really know. My biggest pet peeve. So I actually hate, hands down, I hate rude people. Like people that are just out there to put you down to make you feel little so they can make themselves feel good. I don't really understand those kind of people. And I just, once you're on that level, you can never come back from that with me. Like, if you're going to be rude and hateful and just use your words to belittle people, nah. I don't understand you kind of people. And even if you're not doing it towards me, like if I see you doing it towards somebody else, you're still on that level, and I will never see you any different than what you did there. So that is a huge pet peeve for me. Huge pet peeve. My favorite place. Okay, so actually this will bring me back to my childhood as well. So when I was a child, we used to go camping several times during the summer. Actually, we went camping, as I remember, most of our summer. We went down to the banks of the Wabash River, and we could actually camp on the river. And that place is like forever my favorite place. It's because it's like the serenity of it, the peace, like no rush, no hurry. No plans? What are you gonna do today? Play in the mud. Wait, what are you gonna cook? I don't know, whatever we catch. That's my favorite place on earth. And nothing will ever top it because it's just, I don't know, it's like the calm, the peacefulness of just being at the river, playing in the sand, playing in the mud, whatever. I don't even fish. I don't like to fish, but to be on the river is the best place on earth for me. And then my next one. Oh, my dream vacation. So this is something that will probably never happen. Oh, I'm sorry about that. It'll probably never happen. Probably never be able to happen. Yes, the Wabash River is in Indiana. Well, my portion of the Wabash River is in Indiana. I don't really... It goes other places, but where I went was in Indiana. And it's actually where the portion that we went on was in a little town near Rockville. So, and it's a little town. But, my dream vacation. I actually think it would be awesome to be stranded on a desert island for a week. As long as I can bring my supplies. Like, we need electricity and ways to cook. Like, I'm not going primitive. But to be on an island with no worries, no strangers bugging you, just me, my family, a week with all the supplies we need. We don't have to go shopping. We're good. That would be the best vacation for me. I don't need any special, like going to parks or special adventures or whatever, because in nature, me and my family, we find our own adventures. So that's the best kind of memories we have, is the woods. All right. And also a weird question, is soup or salad? And I will choose a salad because, again, the texture thing is I can't eat soup for some reason. Like, if I'm served a soup, I will eat it to the best of my abilities, but I can't drink. Like, I don't think that my food should be drinkable, so I only eat the stuff that is chewable in the soup, and then I leave, like, the broth or whatever behind. So I'm not really big on, it's probably weird, but I'm not really big on soups. I don't like, the closest I get to a soup is a chili, but my chili's thick, so I'm more of a salad person. And, my favorite animal, which this goes back, I've loved this animal since I was a child. And it's actually, see, I'm not the only one that hates soup. See? My favorite animal is a dolphin. Because to me, they are so, like, majestic. And so, I don't know, they're just so awesome to watch when they go swimming. They're always swimming. That's weird. But when you watch them in videos, and I've never seen one in the oceans, I don't really know what they look like. I've just seen them on TV or at the zoo. But just to watch them, as I'm gonna say, it's like so smooth of a movement, and I don't know, they're just awesome. I would love to touch one because I have the feeling that they would be soft. Not like a fluffy soft, but like, okay, you guys have probably never done this, but the underbelly of a catfish is really soft. That's what I imagine a dolphin would feel like. So that's probably as close as I've ever got to feeling a dolphin. But one day, I will go swimming with the dolphins and actually get to feel them. My favorite season. Actually, my favorite season is spring. I know a lot of people hate spring because of like seasonal allergies, but I don't have that. And actually, the reason why I love spring is because of the new. It's all new. There's new flowers growing. The trees are coming back. And my most favorite, the baby animals. Like, just drive down the road, past a farm. One day there's no babies. The next day there's 4. Just 4 baby calves just jumping around. And they're awesome to watch because when they're like playing around and like jumping, it's just so cute. And it like brings you back to your childhood because, I don't know, to feel innocent, to not really know the world around you, but just be jumping and free and no cares in the world until you want to eat again and it's just right next door. So, I don't know. I love baby animals. A weird question is, do I ever people watch? Okay, so I will admit that on several occasions, I've actually been at Walmart for a little bit, but just sitting in my car because I'm watching the people as they leave or as they come, and I don't know, just to watch the people because people are kind of weird in the ways that they do things. And it's just kind of fun just to watch them in like their natural habitat. Like you're watching, I don't know, National Geographic, but you're sitting on the outside. You're just watching humans in their national or in their natural habitats. It's kind of fun. You never know what you're gonna see. And then a big question. In Vegas. Oh, Vegas, I've never been, but I could imagine the types of people that are out in Vegas. I can only imagine. My parents went a couple years back for one of their anniversaries, and they told me some stories about the people on the strip. So I can only imagine. Walmart times 10. I feel it like they would be that way. And then, oh yeah, the big question. What would I do if I was given $1 million? I've actually thought about this several times in the span of my life. Because what would you do with $1 million? Like, I know people say they would invest in retirement plans, and some of it might go to that, but I don't think I'd be able to save all that money. Like, I have big plans. Like, I want my big house, not really big because I don't want to have to clean a big house, but I want my house that is moderately big so that the kids have their space and I have my space. But I don't want like a mansion because I don't want to have to clean all those extra rooms because dust. And then I want my farm, a couple acre farm, that's fine, you know. But then I want to help others, like not necessarily strangers, but I would want to help family members. Like get them somewhat out of debt, you know, help them a little on their life, because there's times that they help me, I help them. That's what family does. So I would say that I would use my money not only for myself, but I'd give portions of it to my family to help them, I don't know, flourish, I guess, or just feel a little bit better. But my question to you guys is, what would you do with $1 million? Because that's the $1 million question, right? All right. I think that it's only Michelle on currently. But, Michelle, do you have any questions for me that you would like to know that I haven't already answered? Or anybody else? I see that there's 3 viewers, so I know there's somebody else on. Is there anything that you guys would want to know that I haven't already answered? Oh, I forgot a question. Actually, I have a question. It's about my, I almost said the word wrong. My quirks or funny little tics that I have. So I'm a fidgeter. As you notice, I always have to be moving. A part of me always has to be moving. So I will either like shake my leg, I don't know, bounce my leg, and maybe move a lot. Yes, not necessarily goats. We don't want just goats on our farm. We actually my kids want cows and pigs and chickens and the goats. So there's 4. Because my sons have decided that our farm is going to be an income producing farm. So my oldest says that he'll take care of the cows. My second will take care of the pigs. I am apparently responsible for the goats. Hello, Lori. I'm actually new to this all. This is only my second live so far, so thanks for joining. And then my youngest, my daughter, is actually going to be responsible for the chickens. So, but she's afraid of chickens. She thinks chickens eat people. So we'll see how that goes when the chickens get older. But yes, my children want more than just goats. But as you can tell, we've already got the goats and we've got the chickens. So now we just need the acreage so we can get the pigs and the cows, because I don't want the pigs too close to the house, because I can't handle that stench in the summertime, like all the time. So I need to get a little bit of acreage to get the pigs a little bit farther from the house so that, you know, it's not so stinky in the summer, because I passed a couple of pig farms and I know what that smells like in the summertime. Oh, but back to my quirks. I, not only do I shake my leg, but, I have this weird thing where does your dog mess with the chickens? Oh, my dog is actually not allowed to be around the chickens because her first encounter with the chickens. Hi, Lisa. No, actually, I live in city limits currently, but we're not like, we're allowed to have animals. Somebody across the street has goats and ponies and horses, and several people in town have chickens, and some woman has some geese. So no, I don't live out in the country, not yet, but I would love to. We're looking for a ranch out in the country. Not necessarily a ranch. We just want a couple acres. But my dog, so the first encounter my dog had with the chickens, and grant you, they were like, maybe this tall. I think she tried to take a bite out of one of them. So, dog's not allowed around the chickens quite yet. I try to bring the chickens out to a shower, like in a controlled area. But I don't want them. I don't want her to think that it's like a snack, because she can eat one of them because they're so small. They're only like this tall now. So she could eat one, like bite size. So that's sweet. Someone I've seen had oh yes, we had a potbelly pig a couple years back. So yeah, we have pigs in the city as well, but potbellies are a lot different than regular. My children want real pigs, like, you know, they have to be income producing. So like, people don't eat potbelly pigs. So, but so, and the dog doesn't do too well with the goats either. We think maybe it's because she's kind of new to the scene of having other animals, because it's only been within the last couple of months that we've gotten all these animals. So she will actually like chase the goats, and the goats don't really know what's going on, and they kind of get scared. So she's not allowed around the animals without being supervised. But she is a beagle, so I mean, she was trained to hunt. I mean, it's in her. She wasn't trained, but it's in her blood, I guess, to hunt. She chases rabbits, like she knows what she's doing. So I assume she knows what she's doing, but I don't want her to eat any of my animals. So we have to, you know, ease her into it. So there's no deaths by the beagle's hand or mouth, I guess. Oh, but my quirks. I have this thing, yes, baby goats. Michelle said I have to do it sometime. So one day I will get on here and I will take you out to see the baby goats. There's actually 4 of them. And 2 of them actually have their horns already, and they know how to use them. I don't know if that's like instinct. Yeah, right. They have those tusks. Oh, potbelly pigs have tusks? Mine never got tusks. But I guess they would grow those if you let them. Oh, that's weird. I don't think I would like that. Pigs are a weird animal to me, because like, they can eat pretty much anything, but their necks are at a point where they can't turn like a regular girl. Hi, girl. Hey, Tina. They can't turn like this, so they can't bite you if you're like standing next to them. So I've heard. I don't know. I've never worked with pigs, but I have to learn if I'm going to have a farm, right? But if you turn, they can't turn their heads like regular, like it's stiff. Their necks are. So if you're next to them, they can't bite you. But if you get in front of you and they, I don't know, feel threatened or something, they can actually bite you. Which I've never experienced it, so I guess we'll learn that when we... I don't know, Lori. I don't know much about pigs, so I'm just going off of what I've learned on the internet so far. But my goats, there's 4 of them, and there are 3 boys and 1 girl. So apparently that is what's causing the oldest or the biggest boy. He's kind of a bully to the rest of them. But I think it's because there's so many boys. I thought we got more girls than we did boys, but apparently that didn't happen. So, oh my God, that's so cute. To pass the baby over the fence to give it a bottle. Llamas scare me. Because they spit at people. Or so I've heard. I've never been spit on. The only time I go near them is at the fairs. But that's how everybody says when you're going past to be careful because the llamas will spit on you. And I don't know if it hurts or anything, but I don't want to get spit on. I don't know. Maybe it's weird, but I don't know. To be spit on by an animal, they freak me out just because of that. And they have that stare. So you don't really know. Only if you deserve to be spit on. So you have to be you have to make them mad. Okay. Well, maybe I'm just afraid. Maybe it's another irrational fear to be spit on by a llama. I don't know. But I don't know, because when you go past them at the fairs, they have a stare to them, and you don't really know what they're thinking, and I don't know what they look like just before they spit. I wonder if it's their way of saying hello or something. I don't know. Maybe they only spit on people they like. You have the same stare, Tina. I think I have the same stare, but when I'm zoned out, so I'm not really looking at anybody in particular, but I'm just zoning. Because I do tend to stare at people, but I'm just in my own little world. So I get you on that one, Tina. But... Oh, funny thing about the llamas. Michael got spit on and went to the petting zoo thing. Oh my God! And that was in front of the kids and everything. That would be so embarrassing to get spit on at a kitty zoo. Yes, guys, make sure that you like and follow this page so that you can have more of these interesting videos because I'm having so much fun right now. But the funny thing about a llama is actually how we got our goats is we went to the sale barn. Talking in the third person. We went to the sale barn just to look at the animals, okay? We weren't going to buy anything. We were just there to look. Because it's fun to look at the baby animals. But before the show started, or the sale started, they brought out this big group of baby goats. And my son, which was his birthday at the time, was like, they're all down there playing with the goats and whatnot. He's like, Mom, that little goat looks like a llama. We should have it because it looks like a llama. And I'm like, it kind of does look like a llama. Maybe they're cousins or something. It was slimy. Oh, God. See, I don't know. To be spit on by an animal, it's just weird. That's just weird to me. Because then, you're stuck with it on you. How do you get that off? I mean, you can wash it off, but you still got the residue. Oof. And if it gets on your clothes, I guess it's like being pooped on by a bird. Because, I mean, there's no coming back from that. Oh, it's Candy, not Michael. I'm so sorry. That would be a newbie error on that one. But yeah, I feel like being spit on by a llama would be like being pooped on by a pigeon. Because I don't know how I can handle that. No. See, And like, you know the videos where you see people like they get pooped on in their hair? Oh, I don't know how that would clean out. Like, I'm going to get a baby mama. I might get thrown out of the house. Baby goat. Actually, baby goats are quite easy to handle, so you might be able to pass off as a dog for a little bit. Because they do, when they're babies, they just look like a really tall dog. So maybe you could pass it off as a dog until he starts to love it, and then he just will know it. Oh, see? You can tell him that he has his hobbies. So yeah, I have a picture that I think I'm gonna post on my page later about how buying pearls. We don't need any more pearls, and it's like, well, you don't need that boat in the driveway either. So there you go. You can get your goat that way. Okay. Do you guys have any questions that you would like to know about me? This thing, I got my hair is like, I don't know. I can't even find it when I try to grab it. But I have this little wispy hair. I think I got it. But other than animals, I have the 3 children, which are sometimes like animals, I guess you can call them. Oh, just get a little one. The one our neighbor has is a small one. Like, yeah, I think there's like miniature animals you can get nowadays. I mean, I saw a miniature cow, so I assume there's, oh, a pygmy. That's what it's called. A pygmy. If you get a pygmy goat, they're the same size as dogs. And they don't grow much bigger than a dog. All right. About that question, I had my quirks. I have this funny thing that I do with my letters. It even wears a onesie and a diaper. I don't think I would like to change that diaper though. Because their poop is like little balls. But when I'm feeling stressed out, I actually count syllables or letters out of words on my fingers. So that's another one of my funny little quirks that I do. How do you get a onesie on it? On a goat. Candy, you should show pictures of that. I think that'd be fun to see. A goat in a onesie and a diaper. I don't put any clothes on my animals. Only because they're getting to the point where they're too big. And they're outside. So they just get dirty. I saw this thing on Facebook where they put little shoes on chickens though. So that was a funny little thing. A little chicken wearing tennis shoes. I don't think I'll put tennis shoes on my chickens though. I think because they peck, so I don't think I'll be able to get the shoe on it without getting attacked. How many goats? I have 4 goats. And children, I have 3. I don't know which question you're asking. I have 4 goats. And actually, the goats have names. The goats are named Llama. He is the first because he looks like a llama. Miss Sass, which her name was originally Stripe, but She's very sassy, so we call her Miss Sass now. And then we have Frank and Ben. Yeah. And actually, Frank is the mean goat. I don't know. I don't know what I have to do to make him nice. They just cut around the head to make it bigger. He doesn't wear it all the time. But that'd be a cute picture. To see a goat in a onesie. Does the goat have horns yet? My goats are starting to get horns. Like the mean one has horns like this big now. And man, does he know how to ram with them. I don't know if it's because he's just learning that he can hurt you with it. How long have I been watching Pearl Parties? I started watching Pearl Parties back in 2017. But I just joined the Pearl team this last week. Frank and Ben. Well, they were known as the twins. But then my kids were like, Mom, we kind of need to name the twins because they don't look like twins anymore. And one's mine and one's my daughter's. And she named it Ben and I named it Frank. So, Ben and Frank. Yes, small one's about an inch. Oh, yeah. Does he ram with it or she? I don't know if it's a boy. Because my goat's actually the mean one. He'll ram you with his head, like headbutt you. But he gets you with his horns. And they're starting to grow to a point. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad to be here. And we just, because the goats were so small when we got them, we had them pinned up in like the shed with a heat lamp on them. But since it's starting to get warm outside, we actually opened up the shed so that they can go out into the lot that they have. So now they're even more rambunctious now, I guess. And Ben, yes, he's a whiny little one. He's always bad for no reason. Like he'll eat and then still just be bad at me. And I don't really know what he wants or what he needs. But it's just what he does. Just sits there and baz. I call him a little whiner. They actually also, goats, because they're so curious, they will jump on anything. So like we put stuff out in the pasture, the little lot that they're in, so they can climb on it and then jump off. If you've ever watched videos on like Facebook and whatnot of goats like jumping off stuff, that's what they do. Like that's just their fun activity for the afternoon, I guess, is just jumping off of things. It's kind of cute to watch. But then you got the whiner that's just sitting there bowing. He will actually stand at the gate and just baa at you and not play with the rest of the goats. So, I don't know what he wants. Maybe he wants attention. Maybe he's like a dog and just wants you to go in there and play with him. But that's what he does. He just baas constantly. I'm surprised I haven't heard anything from the neighbors. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me? Cat-like, I'm sure, but just a goat. Yeah, they can be, they're quite rambunctious. I don't know any other way, any other word other than rambunctious, because they just are into everything, chewing on everything, and then jumping on anything. If they can't get on top of it, they'll just jump and bounce off of it. So like the fence that they have around their enclosure, they'll just hit it and like bounce off. Just, I don't know, it's a fun activity, I guess. It's like sometimes they even get like a running start. So they like run at the fence and then they hit it and they bounce off. And then they just go back to run again. So I don't know. It's kind of like a dog with the zoomies. If you get my picture. Just not as fast, because goats aren't, I've never seen a goat run as fast as a dog with zoomies, but that's what they kind of look like. Yes, they're fun to just sit and watch. That's part of the reason why I like the spring is because the baby animals, that's what they do. They just play all day long. Like they'll jump on like the bale of hay and then jump off of it. It's like it's just like it's gymnastics. They're just jumping on the beam and then jumping off. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off. The kids are getting to the point where they can't handle being away from mom any longer. So I'm gonna go, I guess, start getting dinner ready. And I'm gonna post that question though, the $1,000,000 question for everybody so they can put in their 2 cents. So I will post the question about what you would do with your $1,000,000 to see what everybody's thoughts are. But I'm going to jump on off here. You guys have a wonderful evening, and it's beautiful here. So if you can get outside, it's beautiful where you are. All right. Till next time. Thank you guys.